girl, Jaylee. High Priestess. Back at it again with some messages for every individual sign for this upcoming Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, y'all. Whew, so Mercury, I'm letting you know now, there's a huge window right next to me, so if you see me looking out at this gorgeous day, that's what I'm doing. Anyway, Mercury retrograde, and that could be something that's coming up during this transit, is maybe a repression of desires, noticing what desires of yours have been repressed, what desires need to be communicated, deep longing, wanting to be somewhere you're not. And that's a really like Jupiter thing. But either way, Mercury entered Scorpio on September 27th. And Mercury will be retrograding at 11 degrees Scorpio on October 13th. So whilst this is going on, I've pulled cards for each sign for what we individually are going to be needing, sun, moon, or rising, to really best use this energy and this opportunity. Because Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, this is not some shit to be like, about. This is an opportunity. And it needs to be used and respected and handled properly in order to get to the next level, in order to ascend. Like, that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're doing around here. So it's like, use this. Don't dread this. Take advantage of this energy and this opportunity to heal, to do deep, intense healing while you can. So, I have to relight it on that. So, on the 13th, Mercury retrogrades in Scorpio. So, okay, here we go. Mercury retrogrades in Scorpio and starts looking like this. Then there's this new moon in Libra. And granted, and the new moon in Libra is on the 16th that happens. So, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, the intensity, the dark, the unknown, the occult things, deep hidden, sex, death, other people's money, all of the darkness. All the gunk's coming up to come out. And then here we have the new moon in Libra, which is in the 7th house. Relationships, open enemies, spouses, like balance, partnership, contracts, businesses, things coming from the outside, things coming from deep, deep within, coming together, like being pulled to each other. I hope that made sense. Anyway, and it's almost like I see it as like two big symbols like clashing together. Like it's a crescendo that takes place. And really just getting to the nitty gritty truth with Scorpio here so that we can get the opportunity to set new moon intentions, new moon and Libra intentions that we've never had before. We come out, and it's really important also that you don't set your intentions until after the retrograde. Because the stuff that's coming up, the stuff that's being processed and being healed, it's going to shift the way that you view yourself in the future, the way that you view your opportunities. So let's get into it. Aries is up first. And Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Your message for Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is the Hermit. And I really want to ask you, like, when was the last time you had some alone time? Are you dealing with loneliness. Even if you're in a committed relationship or in a marriage, are you feeling lonely when you're with someone? How is your inner light shining? Because also some of you, like, there needs to be there's like a resistance to conformity. This denotes solitude, going inward, really like anti-materialism. You know, there may be people you may have been attracting, there's just a lot of energy. Chiron is retrograde. The full moon in Aries just took place. Mars is retrograde there. It's time to go inward, hun. It's okay for you to cut yourself off from people. It's okay to be less available. It's really about you needing to take this period to reflect, so you don't just pop off and respond. Like, there is a need to go deep into the subconscious, because it's gonna happen anyway. The darkness is coming out. Having really quality conversations with people, with your parents, having really intense conversations in regards to leaving behind the mundane for some of you. And also, some of you need to straight up think, like, into the wild. There's already so many planetary strikes against you right now that, like, it's not... Set yourself up correctly. Just let people know, I need to pull back for a couple weeks. Because you don't want to it's just about taking care of yourself, getting yourself right before you go trying to play hero for everyone else. What else? And I also feel like getting outside in the earth, being in the light, being in the sunshine, going camping before it gets too cold, just doing things before it gets too cold and you're forced to be inward, more indoors, depending on what hemisphere you're in. But and also, this is like shying away from the media. Get out, like, take a break from scrolling so much. Unless, like, you do social media and stuff for work, I really say, like, back off from being in social media and engaging in all of that. All right, Taurus. You got the 5 of Wands. Taurus, definitely, it is important that you understand how harsh it can be, because you don't necessarily feel like, it's not the easiest for the ooey gooey gunk to come out. So you could be, and plus Mars is retrograde right behind you in Aries, and your temper could just be flaring. There could be a lot of conflict coming up, old conflicts coming up, the roots of old conflict. Also, a lot of you could have a lot of romantic suitors right now, like a lot of people that that are romantically interested in you. A lot of people just vying for your attention, vying for your time. There could just be conflict in how you're handling, like, your passions. Also, some of you it's important that you use this period to prioritize properly. What projects do you want to prioritize? What people do you need to prioritize? And what conflicts do you need to prioritize and really deal with during this aspect in this period? Because, I mean, this goes until November. So... let me see it. Did I get a confirmed date? I feel like I had a date. A date for when Mercury went direct. I suppose I do not. But it is until, like, November something. Gemini. Look at you. just look at you. Because Mercury is your ruling planet in retrograde in Scorpio. It's like you already know. You already know what you need to be doing. You already know what wounds you need to be tending to. You already know that you have enough. You already know that you are enough. So I hear like, what you waiting for? Anyway, also like your thoughts are just going to be way more intense. Some of you may be more apt to just be careful with shadiness, be careful with revenge, be careful with your tone, be careful with your mouth. Say less, please. This Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, say less. Don't have your mouth write a check, that your ass can't cash, is what this comes off of as. I love you guys. And it's just like, there's something also about self-sufficiency here. It's like, you have enough. You're just choosing not to do what you need to do with these resources. Like, there is also, some of you could just be thinking really abstractly, going super deep. It's like just your thought process may also get a bit obsessive. It may get really dark. And it's really important that you don't make any like dark proclamations. Be careful about like all the negative shit that you're proclaiming and that you're putting into the universe. Make sure that you're speaking life into your situation. Make sure you're speaking life into yourself, into your finances also, and into your mind. A lot of you don't want to think the way that you do. You don't want to feel the way that you do anymore. And it starts with the narrative you're feeding yourself. And just be aware of the narrative that you're feeding yourself, and what kind of like, I feel like some of y'all like don't make any dark promises. Like, don't get caught up in any like dark, like occult shit. That you don't sign up for some shit you can't handle. Really do research before everything. Like, your communication is just naturally not going to be as effective as it normally is during this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. So don't set yourself up for any failure, and make sure that you do your homework before you sign any contracts. Make sure that you really research stuff before you get into it, before you like bring anybody on or like work with anybody. Make sure that you do your homework, and that you trust your gut. If it feels off, it is. Cancer. Oh baby, my little pebble, my little droplets. Cancer, you got the Two of Swords. And I feel like saying, while the moon is in Libra and while the moon is in Gemini, it's really important that you check overthinking, over-intellectualizing, guarding yourself. Some of you may be in a place of having to make a really big decision. Well, it's actually not that big of a decision. You just need to make a decision, and you're overthinking it and making it bigger than it is. What are you choosing to not see? This is willful blindness, making compromises, temporary compromises. Which ways are you compromising yourself because you're trying to appear a certain way, or project a certain strength, or project a certain intellect? This transit, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, is going to be so fucking emotional, and it's about time that you stop hiding how you feel, that you stop this vacillation, going back and forth game, and that you make a decision. Don't hide your emotions to yourself, because there is a deep depth of emotion taking place here, And you need to honor it. It's important that you honor it. That things are in their place. Physically and emotionally. Venus is now has left your sign. So it may not be as easy. You may not be drawing in as much. You may feel the need to be more guarded, be more protective of yourself and those you love and your surroundings. But it's really important that you do not choose willful blindness, that you look at it. Look at the entirety of your situation, of the issue that's coming up, and that you don't hide your emotions. Leo. It's time for you to get some rest, hon. I also heard it's important that you make a sacred space. It's really important, like some of you may be needing to like work on an altar, or like doing some altar work, doing some work on your house, doing, the sun is in Libra, your ruling planet is in Libra right now, so the aesthetic is matters. You may be working on yourself a lot, doing a lot of working out, helping others beautify, helping others balance, creating balance in yourself, and you need some rest. And I also feel like mental stability is really important for you guys. That you are getting in a place of cultivating some intense, some rock solid mental stability. And you can do that by getting ritualistic, by meditating. Not straying from meditating on a regular basis. You need to be also like regulating your sleep schedule, getting enough sleep. Make sure that you're praying. Make sure that you're honoring, the God of your understanding. And that could be you too. It's just like honoring yourself. Getting over a place of, some of you may be in healing mode, and you really need to go inward in order to deal with the pain that comes up here, that comes up during this transit. Say less as well. Leo, you may also be recovering from a place of just feeling really guarded, and it's just time to put your defenses down. It's time to rest. It's time to take care of yourself. Virgo. Hey, Virgo. The Emperor. Structure. Discipline. You guys have the orderly, you with the shits, but what are you doing for you? Are you being of service? Some of you may need a rest from someone with Aries placements. Some of you may need a rest from your father. Some of you need to pray for your father, tell something to your father. There could, or a boss or someone in, authority over you. Virgo. Also, while Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio, you've got to watch your fucking tone. You've got to watch how you speak to people. The Emperor is the ultimate server of all. Because that's the thing about Virgo. It's like, you guys want to run the show, but be able to take care of everybody. You feel like you can do it best. So who can you rely on? Who can you really trust? Outside of yourself. And if you struggle to answer that question, then maybe you're being a little too structured and like, it must be my way. Also, I feel like there's some people in your life with heavy Aries placements that may need a break from you. Aries did get the Hermit card. So it's like they just may need to be doing their thing. And you may be really wanting of their attention. But it's really important that you're patient and that you play the long game. Long game. To set yourself up for the success that wants to come into you. Stability is important. Creating stability in every single facet of your life. Libra, a Queen of Swords. Libra, you got some shit to say, eh? I feel like it's coming out, huh? You are in a place of telling it like it is. Saying it how it should be said. I said what I said. I said what I said. I said what I said. I don't even know, like, what else there is to say. That's how it just feels like. Some of you are really just letting it come out, letting it hang loose. You're not even saying it necessarily in an aggressive tone. You just are actually speaking your truth now. You have, during this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, there is a deep transformation or transmutation of your personal painful experiences being turned into, like, I know better. I'ma do better. Watch me. Watch me. Watch. Libra, just tell him to watch. Hear me and then watch. Watch. Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio, okay. This is a hard and fast transition between those two energies because, hold on, where are we at? Mercury is going to be retrograding in your sign. Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising, either way. But for the Queen of Pentacles, some of you may be taking on new jobs, or some of you are experiencing a pay cut, or some of you are just in a really bad place with, or not in a really bad place. I feel like you're just coming into understanding how to address your self-worth issues. Some of you also may have spent something or made a big purchase and you're nervous about it. It's just like something you haven't done in a while, so it's like, scary to spend that amount of money on something. It's not necessarily a bad purchase, but it's just a purchase that you may be insecure about. But you guys, I feel like, are focusing on money possibly to your detriment. Maybe you are out of work at this point and aren't understanding how, still aren't feeling comfortable. Like you're still finding your footing in a place of, in a new financial arena. You may be in a new financial bracket. There may just be secrets that you're keeping in regards to money also. Or people are keeping secrets from you in regards to money. And I feel like there is somebody that's around that's encouraging, who communicates with you. They may have heavy air placements, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements that that speaks life into you. Like you may not talk to this person often, but whenever you talk, you can tell them your secrets, you can tell them your darkness, but make sure that you're not only just communicating darkness, that you process some of that stuff. It's important that you are able to like write it out, to self-soothe, to maybe seek a professional, talk to somebody who understands, but you can't just pour it out into, like, don't be that friend that only talks about the negative shit that's going on in your life. And there's definitely things coming to light in regards to your financial situation, why you aren't making the money that you want to make, why you aren't pursuing what you're instinctively like drawn to monetarily. And it starts with your deep-seated beliefs in yourself. And those things, I know for Scorpio, you're like, what the fuck else could possibly come up? But it's just like, it's coming up, and it's time to ground yourself. It can't just be this super emotional, like, watery place. Like, yes, you can do that, of course. But it's just like, as far as to get progress, to level up, to move forward, it's time to ground yourself, to uproot that stuff, let it out, and let it go. Choosing and understanding how to let shit go, how to move forward, and it starts with grounding yourself. And it's not just go on a hike and I'm grounded. It's like you getting your feet in the earth, you really choosing to have, like, visualizing a connection. Sometimes when I'm grounding, I'll go on a hike, or I'll go outside in my backyard, doesn't matter. But I will, as long as my bare feet are on the earth, I visualize this like loop of energy between me to the core of the earth, and then coming back up, and it's this like continuous like loop that happens. I love my selenite tools where it's just, this is kind of what I imagine. Or like envisioning like white light. Sagittarius. The moon. Saggy McSagerson. There's some stuff coming up. There's some stuff coming out. And it could be there's people that this feels like secrets. There are possibly secrets. Some of you may have like discovered something new about yourself, discovered an illusion that you're contributing to or taking place. Some of you are learning about secrets that have pulled, secrets or illusions that are making other people walk away from you, or that you're acknowledging to yourself. There is illumination to your subconscious desires, illumination of your instincts. And some of you just may learn something about yourself that you're just maybe dealing with stuff that you aren't proud of, or dealing with also self-esteem things coming up, things that you're moving away from. People moving away, shifting in and out of your life. There's an emphasis on dreams here too. Like, some of you may be getting lots of downloads, and this there may also be a Pisces, or someone with heavy Pisces or Cancer placements that is going to be impactful to you during this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. But there have been illusions, and just things aren't as they seem with the moon out. Things aren't as they seem. So are you disillusioned? Are you trusting someone that you shouldn't be? Are you tricking someone? Do you feel tricked? Do you feel lost? Is there a mental fog, or there, you know, also call your mom. What's going on? There may be like someone's mom may be around and you may be missing home. Someone, or you may just, your mom may be missing you, so reach out to her. I just see, I feel disillusionment here. And some of you just may be feeling really detached from your past, detached from your childhood, detached from the very like intellectual things that are it's like you're finally, some of you are really finally finding language for your trauma. Being in a place of being able to articulate it in a different way than you ever have before. There may be issues with sleeping, dreams. And it's like to be revealed, to be continued. Could be experiencing duality that's making you guys really not trust yourselves or not behave in ways that you normally behave. You may be really being frugal, not wanting to spend money, or completely overspending. It just feels like there may be extremes. And you're really trying to harness that energy into light, into illumination, into understanding. Understanding the duality within you. Understanding, like, you know, the dog and the wolf. And the fact that you know, both of these entities have to come together. It's like the domesticated version of you versus the instinctually wild, you know, blunt version of you. Needing to come together to forge a path onward. Maybe definitely, I want to say like a Cancer or a Scorpio around that are revealing some stuff to you, revealing things to you. And it's just time, it's a period of really needing to trust your gut, Sagittarius. And finding a balance between that domesticated and feral animal inside of you. Capricorn. Six of Swords. Moving, leaving, distance. Some of you may be in a place of really figuring out what's really important to you now. Taking what's important to you and moving forward. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is going to bring up some emotional waters, emotionally turbulent times. You really having to figure out how you navigate through emotional hardship. Moving forward. Some of you are getting out of a situation that you know you should have been out of. You shouldn't have never been in. Some of you are moving away from illusions, like your eyes are opening up about something. It's like the big aha moment. Coming into an understanding of how you need to move forward, move on, what you need to turn your back on. Really having a deep understanding of what's important to you, what's precious to you, what's worth salvaging, what's worth saving. Some of you are getting out of situations where there were a lot of secrets, or you weren't seeing clearly, or you were being lied to or tricked, or somebody is still doing like deceitful stuff. There's something here about moving away from deceit. Moving away from things that you know aren't the best for you. Your path being illuminated. You moving forward into a new opportunity, into a happier, warmer time. But Mercury retrograde is going to be turbulent. And it's important that you don't drink or smoke or like psychonaut your way out of that you don't do those things to get through it. It's like you need to figure out how to deal with your shit sober, so you can just be done with it and you can be moving forward, moving onward. Into much, much brighter times, even though it's getting colder and we're gonna be getting less sun. It's like you're moving into like brighter horizons. It's just like, deal with this bullshit so you can be done and progress already. All right, Aquarius. Just keep breathing, breathing, and breathing, and breathing. I know I gotta keep on breathing. Just keep breathing, 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 breathing. Ace of Wands. You really are being handed a magical tool of understanding. I feel like you guys are used to this Mercury in retrograde and Scorpio energy anyway. Like, your ruling planet is Uranus and Saturn. So it's like, this is what we do. We already know shit's rough. We already are aware of our darkness. We already aware that there's like deep, deep shit. We already know what we're running from. But opportunities, because you guys navigate through that so well, and you navigate through it for other people in your lives so well also, I feel like you're being given just the only ace that's out. You're being given a new beginning, the physical energy that you need to withstand your current situation. There'll be maybe new connections, new relationships. Some of you may be having sex for the first time in a while. It's a party. Anyway, new levels of spirituality, and also new ideas, new opportunities, new projects. There may be new people to collaborate with, new ways to impact the people around you, new ways to innovate something. But it will require, I think, a letting go of something else. Also, I just feel like there's just stuff coming in, new ideas coming in, new people coming in. Because you guys have chosen to let go. And like the letting go buck got passed to Pisces. It's like they did it. Your turn. What are you clinging to, Pisces? Mercury retrograde in Scorpio brings up what you are clutching for dear life. What feels like you don't have enough. What do you want more of? There may be a Capricorn or someone with heavy Capricorn placements or earth placements in your life. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And it's like, what are you clinging to that's perpetuating lack? Also, some of you may be in a place where we're like, hey, I'm hella abundant. But you actually need to sit down and like get off Amazon and like hide your debit card from yourself. You know who you are. So it could be, you know, either of those extremes during this period. You may be coming into money and are hoarding, or you guys have been hoarding and you're really needing to purge. My baby Yoda holding a cigarette just caught my attention, and some of you may be realizing how much money you're spending on cigarettes. That may be a way to help you quit, is to check that number, or how much you're spending on pot, or on whatever vice, alcohol, like check how much you're spending on it. And you'll be like, oh, okay, let's cut back on this. But also there could be new communications, maybe visiting someone with Capricorn placements, them coming to visit you, having just intense conversations about your experience with them. You may really needing to be there for somebody, really needing to show up, being dependable. When you're in a place of like trying to heal your damn self, trying to grow up, trying to evolve. Now, the bottom of the deck for everything collective was the Ace of Swords reversed. Mercury retrograde reverse in Scorpio is going to bring up the shits. It's going to bring up the untended to truth by way of the Almighty. It is not even some shit that you can avoid or evade or put yourself or set yourself up for. It's coming out. There are going to be uncomfortable conversations. There could be technology, of course, being glitchy or whatever, but it's just important that you check every dotted line, check all your contracts, know what you're signing before you sign it, before you set yourself up for something. It's just really important that you get clear and you pay attention to the details. Scorpio likes to investigate, likes to, and it's time that, like, now is the time that if there is a contract that presents itself to you or some new opportunity, get obsessive about that shit. Figure out who you're working for before you start working for them, before you sign anything. You know, just do your homework. And get yourself into a place of being comfortable with really, really thinking before you speak. Some of y'all just need to sit home and work. Smoke a little weed. Evolve, pray, grow. Anything else? Alright, I'm going to pull also a spirit animal card. Just because I feel called to for Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. For all signs for the collective. Oh, the dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Those of you that have dogs, buy them a fucking treat and a toy. After you're done watching this video right now. And also, it's be loyal to what you love. In Mercury retrograde, it's going to be really, really easy for you to show your ugly side, to be intense, to be sharp, to be a bit dark. And you'll really find out who the fuck is for you. Who is really on your team? Who are the people that consistently are there? No matter what you say, no matter how ugly you are, they may keep checking you. They may continuously check you. But it's because they want to see you grow. They want to see you do better. So really pay attention to who has been around. Give love to, spend only time with the people who have really, really been there. And during this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, make sure that you understand how to be there for your damn self, how to show up, how to fill your cup, how to soothe yourself, how to heal, how to adorn yourself. What are you loyal to? Who are you loyal to? Are the people that you've been loyal to, are they still worthy of your loyalty? Also, there's someone that just has someone's eyes haunting them. Like, you can't get over the eye contact between you and this person. They may have brown or blue eyes. Some of you, it's like an ice blue. Some of you, this person is always high and their eyes are bloodshot. And I feel like for some of you, this person you don't know very well, but this is someone who will be very loyal to you. And for some of you, this person has passed. And they are still loyal to you in the spirit. They still watch out for you. They still have your back. Woo, I'm not gonna cry. We're not, but that's yeah. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, we gonna be crying. Some of you have lost somebody that's very, very dear to you, but they are still so around, it's not even funny. They still at your side, still trying to get your attention, still like just adorning your energy from the other side. And some of you, I hear like you need to treat yourself as well as you treat your dog. And that's not shade. Well, this went up way longer than I expected. But cheers. We gonna get this work. I love you. Have a great day. We're gonna survive. It's just Mercury retrograde. We just had all them retrogrades in freaking Capricorn, and y'all worried about Mercury. We've got this. We are totally strong enough to get this work. And this insight and these truths and these conversations that are coming up are important to have, no matter how painful it is. The truth has to come out. What's done in the dark always comes to light. It's science. We got this. I love you.